wadhi od bura mondo winje twak Jatend migao mar omenda John Mbadi. Wadhi achiel kachiel nyaka od bura.
Variation that we have just got in the meeting that I've left, that they may be affected a little bit, only that we are going to intervene sufficiently to make sure that prices don't rise disproportionately. So in the next pricing cycle, however, product prices, insurance, war risk, and demurrage rate are expected to increase due to the conflict. That is if the conflict continues and the disruption continues. On policy response, the government has policy mechanisms designed to protect consumers from volatility of global oil price, to reduce domestic pump prices spikes. In financial year 25-26, the Fuel Stabilization Fund was allocated 25 billion, of which approximately 16 billion is currently available. I want to revise that. It is actually 17 billion is available. Given the expected significant spike in fuel prices, this remaining balance could be used to stabilize fuel prices over a 3-month period, after which the fund would be exhausted if the conflict persists. But, Chair, I want to report that the amount that we need to stabilize the fuel prices to zero adjustments, every month we could be spending about 14 billion. So the 17 billion is not sufficient for the 3 months. However, there are some other measures that we are taking now that I'm going to agriculture. There are other additional measures that we are taking. We are thinking of doing something about VAT and changing it from ad valorem to specific. So because we also don't want to lose revenue that had already been factored in the budget, we have put up a team together to calculate how much VAT we are collecting at the current prices and ring-fencing that. And any additional increase, we don't charge VAT. So, which means we will charge a specific amount on VAT, and that may require your support as a parliament, so that we retain the revenue that we had already factored in the budget, but we don't load extra VAT onto fuel prices that are already increasing. If, for example, the price was to increase by about 60, especially diesel, which is the most significant for our economy, diesel is most significant. If it was to increase by 60 shillings per litre, if you take off VAT, then that comes down to about 51. Then that 51, then we bring in the stabilization fund and try to moderate it. I may not go into the details of how much we are going to cover with the stabilization fund, because again, it is the responsibility of EPRA to announce the prices. I would be taking up a responsibility which is not mine and usurping other people's powers. That will be communicated. The only guarantee I would give is that we are going to help, support, and stabilize prices so that the prices don't increase inordinately. And so speculators out there may not succeed by holding the stocks because the prices may